right. So from time to time, we like to do case studies for with our students, and I've got Joe here. For privacy purposes, I'm going to leave Joe's last name out, guys. But Joe's had some really good initial success. So, Joe, typically what I'd like to do is just tell people a little bit about about yourself. Let folks know, how long you've been in the business. Joe's a realtor, guys. So how long you've been in the business, why you came into the program, and just, briefly the successes that you've had.
Yeah, sure. So for me, I came into the business, back in September. So I currently have a full-time job that I'm still functioning in, unfortunately. But so I got in, I'm 32. I'm in the Green Bay market, Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Joined a buddy of mine who's had a lot of success in the area. So he's like, we need to really tap into the Green Bay market because there's a lot of opportunity. I'm like, all right, that sounds like something, I could get myself into. And so far I've really enjoyed it. But being at this stage, the unfortunate thing is that, so for instance, my sphere, everybody's pretty well positioned in whether their first house or second house. So that market for me right now isn't as vast as maybe it would have been had I gotten into the market, say, when I was 24, 25.
Sure.
That being said, in order to kind of get this thing rolling, get the ball moving, for me, I'm thinking, okay, if that market's limited, how else can I pursue this to generate leads? And that's what brought me, just like the program intends. It popped up on my Instagram. It's like, oh, this looks interesting. So scheduled the call with Derek. He kind of walked me through the program, and I'm sure a lot of folks might be, just like anything, a little skeptical. It requires a little upfront cost, which for obvious reasons, you're providing a lot of knowledge and wherewithal, and frankly, pretty much 95% of the program, copy and paste. So the reason I got into it is like, okay, this is a way where I can manage my full-time schedule and then generate leads automatically. So it took me, there was a effort. It took me, I think, one evening to get my first campaign up and running, which was to date 2.5 weeks ago. So if you put forth the effort initially, do everything that's designed, and I'm guilty of it, as you had mentioned early on, to watch the videos first before diving in, but I think everybody gets a little excited. So watch the videos, watch them again, and if you just follow it step by step, I had it implemented and had to make a few tweaks within the first few days. But after that, it's the leads started. I think I'm getting 3 to 4 leads a day so far. I think it's 75 or so leads, which in that short time frame has led to, we had a listing appointment last night that is now under contract for $165,000, and he's looking at homes in the 300,000 range. So that by itself, for me, it was like money well spent. So
sure.
Yeah, you're gonna the struggle is farming through some of those, but the management software that I utilize through your recommendations kind of farms out those that are just looking around and brings those that are actually responsive and are in the market now. So
Yep. What automation tool are you using for the follow-up?
So right now, unfortunately, it's just Zapier, which has been good. Yeah, Zapier has been good.
So did you use the follow-up sequences within Zapier, like email and?
Yep.
Good.
Yeah, the only thing I'm lacking is the voicemail drop. It doesn't. I tried to do it on Zapier, but it's got that old archaic, computer sounding response. So I'm going to do Agent Legend. I'm just in the process of kind of partnering up on this program with a fellow that's in a loan officer in the area that's actually a friend of mine as well. So
sure. Agent Legend's not the only one, only kind of place to go in regards to voicemail drop either. Agent Legend has, they're the one thing, it's kind of a one-stop shop in regards to that. We're going to we're actually building our own. So just to let you know. Yeah.
Yep.
So soon it's under production. It's going to be called Beyond the Lead. So we'll roll it out to members, et cetera. But it's voicemail drops. It kind of important. Like, it's so funny because I was actually talking to Kyle about this. You know, you probably saw the testimonial with Kyle and the KW guy, and he's like, "Man, I love voicemail drop. People are calling me back." I'm like, "Really? They're actually calling you back?" And he's like, "Yeah, because I manage a lot of his stuff, so I look through his Agent Legend account. I'm like, most of the people are following up via text." He's like, "Yeah, but I'm getting people call me back via the voicemail too." So I guess it is important, though text is probably as important. Are you just sending emails out, or are you sending emails and texts?
Emails and texts.
Yeah. Are they responding via text?
Yeah, to his point, text message seems to be the avenue in which most people want to communicate. So which is fine. Yeah, it's great. It's been great.
Good. So how much money are you spending a day?
I have a budget of $10 a day.
Okay, good.
And I'm just doing the one campaign. Once I meet with this loan officer tomorrow, actually, I'm going to walk them through the bond program that you had mentioned to potentially roll that out here in the next week or two. Because I know that from what I gathered watching the videos, that's another good lead source that produces a lot with a small budget. So
yeah, for sure.
I mean, from my perspective, I just did a little math on the program, and so far, even if this is the only viable lead that I've gotten at this point, I'm pacing 1,300 leads a year, assuming everything it stays consistent.
Yeah.
1,300 leads a year, and even if I can convert on just 0.5% of that, though it's going to be way more. I mean, the program.
Yeah, right. So right now, you guys, I'm just doing some math right now. Right now, you have like 75 leads in, right? 75 leads, and you've gotten 2 sides basically, right?
Correct.
75 leads, so 75 divided by 2. So you're at like 2.5%, 3%, know, and that's within 2 weeks. Like, over time and following up with these folks, like you're gonna have that 2.5%, 3% is gonna go up to 5%. That's what will happen. So you should, over time. I mean, the reason why I wanted to jump on the phone is because you had like real quick success. Like you immediately got somebody under contract and you're getting 2 sides, within a couple of weeks, which is awesome. So, but over time, you're gonna. I mean, look, even if you. The great thing too is if you're automating the follow-up, are you even calling these people? Or are you letting them reach back out to you? Are you calling them?
I'm just letting them reach back out to me. And that's the other thing. It's like where I'm at too. It's not completely 100% refined. Like, I think that Kyle, if he's having success with the voicemail drops, I mean, the response might be even greater if I had that. So there's things that even at this point I still need to iron out.
Sure.
But for the most part, it's as you talked about throughout the program, everything is just kind of clicking on all cylinders exactly how it was laid out in the program. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see, kind of, as I mentioned on my recent Facebook post, to see what it's like post tax season too, and the market really starts to pick up too. So, I mean, this is the downtime too, and still generating 25 to 30 leads a week.
Yeah, for sure. And so the thing, and I'm going to post this actually in the group today. What you're doing right now is you're setting yourself up for the spring market, and a lot of folks are thinking, spring market at springtime. You see what I mean? So right now is the time. It doesn't look like spring. Like, you can't see. I don't know if it's too bright, but it's sunny out here where I am.
I'm looking out the window and looking at the same thing up in Wisconsin. So.
Yeah. Like you got a sweatshirt on. I got I'm all bundled up today, but it doesn't seem like, right? It doesn't seem like it's springtime, but it comes quick, and the spring market comes quick. Right now is the time that you need to set yourself apart in the market to find more buyers and find more listings, et cetera, because even if they want to wait to the spring, which they shouldn't, but even if they want to wait to the spring, right, you're in front of them now, and you can follow up with them, show them your value add, et cetera. And versus if you start in March, it's way too late. So I think that's where, a lot of people, like our membership has grown like a lot within the last 30 days, which is great. But usually March and April are the times when our membership spikes, right? Because people are like, well, man, I need to, I need to start getting rolling. Well, really should have gotten rolling in January. So you're doing the right thing. If you keep going, man, you might be quitting that full-time job.
Yeah, that's ultimately the goal. But I mean, one of the things I didn't mention too is kind of what you talked about throughout the program. And I haven't tracked it well enough, or at least I haven't looked at it. Just because it's only one under contract, I think I've had conversations with, I'd venture to guess, 35 to 40% of those that I reached out to. So to your point about, now is the time, there's still a handful of them that are, I'm not sure right now. One of them was, in fact, had a listing appointment scheduled for tomorrow with another gal, but I think she just got a little cold feet, which is okay. So there's a lot of conversation still being had.
Yeah.
So there's at least 3 or 4 of them that are, I'm moving back to the area, or I want to look because I want to be in something, say, early spring to summer. So I left that part out, but there's conversations that are being had. So you've got your A leads like the one last night where they want to meet now, they're ready to move. And then there's just a slew of B and C leads that if I continue to follow up with them outside of kind of the recommended early onset follow-up, I believe that they'll convert. Not all of them, but they have my name in front of them. They've had some communication with me. So as they begin to get more serious, those are already, I'm having early conversations with them that'll convert down the road too. So that one case study is just the immediate A buyer wants to get his property listed and get in something new right away. So
yeah, for sure. And I'm just I'm psyched that you took action and you followed the system to a T, because a lot of folks, because you're new to the business a little bit, you're not tainted. I hate to say it, I've been in this business for 17 years. So like the mortgage business, I'm kind of tainted, I got, my own theories, right? But because you're in the business, or you haven't been in the business a long time, like you don't have the mentality of, man, I tried Zillow and it was terrible, or I tried XYZ and it was terrible. Usually, it's the follow-up that's terrible, right? But the problem is the barrier to entry in Zillow and Trulia and Realtor.com. It's so expensive. It's like $55 a lead. So people don't have the wherewithal to really be able to, generate 75 leads because it costs them $4,000 to do so. You know what I mean? So now where you're getting leads at $2 or $3, you're following the system where, you're letting them reach back out to you. So you don't get frustrated in calling and, bad phone numbers, et cetera, right? Because you're not calling them, any of them. You're letting them reach out to you.
Yep.
That's the key to having a long and, sane sales career in cold lead traffic. It's like, no, man, not everybody is going to, right? Not everybody is going to engage, but you just talk to the people that want to engage with you because the cost per lead is so low, right? Don't worry about the rest.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the statistics that you have in one of your more recent videos, just to make sure, you've got the unique click-through rate. It all falls within that range, that 2 to 5%, or excuse me, I think I'm at a 6% unique click-through rate.
Yeah, that's hot.
Once I had some tweaks that I needed to make. Once I finally got that down, I think I'm probably at like a $2 to $3 right in that range. Cost per lead too. And for those that are just starting out too, I think it's important because for me, I am how do I say this? Technologically, I am at the low end of the totem pole. So jumping into this, for me, that was my biggest fear, is because it's like, okay, is this going to require a lot of tech savviness to be able to implement this? Even though, early on you say that just follow the system and it'll work. I'm like, God, I just not good with this kind of stuff. And I'll tell you what, I mean, if I can do it, anybody can implement it. You just got to put in the time and effort. and then you'll start seeing the results, as you and Derek had said, almost immediately, which is true.
Yeah,
So
No, yeah. We had talked, I think, before you came on to the program. I can't remember, but that it's not. You don't have to be, Bill Gates.
no.
Nowadays with technology, like ClickFunnels is easy, and we give you the templates and all that stuff too. So we try to make it as easy as possible, right? So we try to take the guesswork out of it. That's the key. It's like try to take the guesswork out of it and just follow step by step, instruction, and then launch. And that's what you did, and you're kicking butt, man. So I'm glad that you took 10, 15 minutes here with us. I certainly appreciate it, and keep us up, keep us in mind, and keep letting us know how you're doing. This is the stuff. This is the reason why we built the program. I get jazzed up about it.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I think what's neat too is that it's not just a one-time thing. You're constantly building out more content and more material, which is awesome, because everything, you don't want things if you feel like things are getting stale, even though they're not, there's always something new to dive into and try something new. And I mean, really, once you get into it, the budget is very minimal as to what is required to start seeing some activity and some leads flow through. So yeah, it's exciting. I mean, it's still really new, and those that complain about that high cost of buying leads, like anything, you just got to give it some time. And if you follow up, if you do all the right things, I truly think that like 5 to 10, maybe in my market specifically, because I don't think anybody else is really targeting Facebook like this, 5 to 10% conversion throughout a 12-month span isn't unrealistic.
No. Yeah.
So
that's what's going to happen with you if you keep following up the way you're following up, for sure. There's no doubt. And you're at such an infancy stage where the close ratio, right? It kind of, though you just closed 2 deals, right? Like 2 sides you're getting. It's like, it's hard to calculate that. I look at it in like lots of 100 leads, right? Mm-hmm. So you look at a lots of 100, see how many leads to conversations you're having, conversations to signed contracts you're having. Those are the 2 numbers that we need to kind of look at. And like, if you're at a lead to conversation ratio of like 30 to 50%, you're good. If you're at a close ratio from raw lead to signed contract of 3 to 5%, you're great. If you're over 5%, you're going to be, just think about it. I mean, it's going to be 70 sides for you.
Right. Yeah. And that's what's exciting too. And it's very, I mean, once you get it up and running, it's very minimal. Like the amount of time that it requires to follow up with these people is very minimal if you have it automated and everything is just set up exactly how you defined it in the program. So
Yep, for sure.
Excited. I mean, it's only, like I said, it's only been 3 weeks, so I'm excited to see what it looks like 3 months from now. So
I know. We'll probably get you back on.
Cool. All right, well,
man. Listen,
go Pats.
Yeah, that's right. You're a Pats fan, right?
Packers fan.
You're a Packers fan, yeah. Yeah, you're a Packers fan. You want to come back out here next year, right? Are we playing Green Bay here?
Yeah, here. I was hoping it was here so that you could come check out Lambeau, but
right. I haven't been to Lambeau. I'd love to.
It's the best.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens this Sunday.
Yeah, well.
Hey, all I will tell you this is like everybody, because I talk to people all around the country, and I literally live like where I'm sitting right now is probably 4 miles to Gillette Stadium, and all good things come to an end. But we like to see it keep going, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, at this point, I got to think: are you guys sick of winning yet? I mean, Jesus.
Well, no.
In 15 years.
I never get sick of winning. Like I like to see these guys win, but like I said, all good things come to an end. At some point, Brady's going to get older, and he is old. So it's like the guys. I've never seen a human being. Forget about who it is. I've never seen a human being so passionate and dedicated to a craft.
Oh yeah,
that guy is amazing. So forget, like, love him or hate him, it doesn't matter. If you really get to like dig in, and he's kind of opening up on Facebook. I don't know if you know that. Like there's There's a thing called Time versus Tom.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
Like it, subscribe to it because it goes through his process, man. You guys, he's insane,
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll let you go, and I'll see you in the group. Just keep plugging away, and thanks for your time. I know you're busy.
Yep. Thank you too. I appreciate it.
All right, but thank you. Take care.
All right. Take care, Chris.
Yep. Bye-bye.